Hola, hola, ¿qué tal, muchachos? Isela here with the Truck Boss Show. Welcome back, co-host.
What's going on? It's good to be back with you. It's been almost a month.
It has been a while.
I know. I think we've almost forgotten how to speak to each other. I'm kidding, and we've only done this about 100 and something times. So I mean, we can be gone for 6 months, come back like we've
nothing. Pick up where we left off.
Beats.
That's right.
Well, it's good to see you. Glad to be here.
It's good to be back. So
absolutely,
a lot of good stuff happening here on the Truck Boss Show.
Right. Let me dive in because I mean I've been out on special assignment.
You have.
All of us have. That's why you've seen this great rotation of hosts. It's just great. We have an awesome team here.
Super busy.
We've got some incredible content, some stuff that you're not going to want to miss in the coming weeks on the Truck Boss Show. We'll keep you posted, and we've got some unique ways that we want you to be able to stay tuned, and one of them is Boss Nation. Why don't you mention that real quick?
Well, Boss Nation, if you have not checked that out, you should. If you go onto our Facebook page and go under groups, you can actually go on to Boss Nation and become a member as well. So you get to see a lot of the behind the scenes of what we get to do and when Landon is late.
That is true. And also how to put up with Isela on a weekly basis. And it's just weird how that works out. But there is an application process. You know, just three simple questions. We just want to get to hear from you, get to know you a little bit better. And at the same time, like you said, pull back the curtains on what really happens during the week other than just on days of the show. So a lot of fun. And so get a part of Boss Nation again on our Facebook fan page. And we'll always love to see you there.
That's right. Now we're going to move forward because, you know, Truck Boss always has the good stuff, the good juice. So, Landon, why don't we start with you?
What's the good? I mean,
the good juice. We got the good stuff.
I love
Everybody wants to know.
Learning words every day. No, I mean, what she's saying, juice means latest news and headlines and social media, stuff that's going viral. And we always want to bring that latest news. And I want to jump in this real quick on the first one. This is big. FMCSA is actually on May 15th proposed to be able to open up a comment time frame to where they can hear from the public outside of trucking if they would like to see people that are not 21 and older, but 18 to 21-year-olds actually get the opportunity to get their CDL and start driving big rigs. This is a big deal because they already have a pilot program that's associated with those who've been in the military and driven trucks in the military. And so they have a pilot program right now to where they can actually get their CDL if they're in the ages of 18 to 21. But they're asking the public, would you care to see that with people that are not in the military and just maybe you're a teenager that just graduated high school, instead of going to college, jumps right into a trucking career and gets a CDL. Here are the requests that are specific for public comments from the FMCSA and the questions that they want to hear from us about. It's when it comes to the concerns over ensuring those that are under 21, what's the minimum training that should be required for drivers in the pilot program? What kind of supervision should be required? Should there be training requirements for mentors? Others also, what should happen if drivers in the pilot are convicted of violations while operating interstate? And at what point should a driver or carrier be removed from the program? There's a lot of questions. There's probably 10 to 15 questions here that they're wanting public comment on. So Isela, I want everybody to get a part of this conversation. We've traveled the nation talking to carriers, owner-operators. One, they think that driver training is not good enough as it is. Now FMCSA is saying, hey, let's open this up outside the pilot program and see if we can get our teenagers on the road driving an 80,000-pound truck. What do you feel about that?
You know what? It doesn't hurt to try. I don't think that the younger generation understands and knows what it's like to do all that. And if they get that opportunity to see that and try that firsthand, I think it would be a good thing, but we'll see.
True, and it's one of those, you hear this more or less example all the time. If my son or daughter can join the military and go fight for our country, why can't they get their CDL?
Why not? I don't see a problem with it. If I could get my CDL, why not?
I mean, I think when it comes to just all those great opportunities, when my son's about to graduate, your daughter's about to graduate, congratulations.
Thank you.
There's a lot of things that you can do in tech schools that are just not being focused on other than big degrees, etc. Jump right into an awesome career, and trucking is definitely at the top of the list.
Trucking is an awesome industry. It is an awesome career. There's just so much to do, and encouragement, I think we don't give enough of it.
Right, and so in summary, what I just said, the FMCSA wants to hear from the public, get a part of the conversation. We'll put a link to the article in the comment thread so you can answer these questions. They can hear them directly from you. If you're a parent or if you know some teenagers that can get into trucking, should they? That's the question they want to hear from you on. So get a part of it. What's next?
That's right. Well, Landon, speaking of being a parent, let me tell you that something amazing happened this past weekend. of course, Mother's Day weekend. Well, let me tell you that for the 30th time, hundreds of truck drivers gave up their precious weekend to do something for children that are battling serious health issues. Now, here's an awesome story. There was a 12-year-old boy, this is back in 1990, and his name was Matt. He was a kid that he had a simple little wish. All he wanted to do was ride in a big rig and talk to his sister, Heather, on a CB radio. Well, guess what? His wish came through. Why? I'm going to tell you, because these truckers decided to get together and make it possible for this little boy. Now, this has been going on for years. Every Mother's Day, they have got together to make this possible for all these children. Landon, I'm going to tell you that I think that when the truckers can get together and give back to the community, especially for children who just ask for one simple thing, I think it's amazing.
No, it is. And this is just a huge testimony to just how generous everybody in trucking is. I mean, you saw this with GBETS. You see this with other organizations through Trucker Nation and Tony Justice and all the things they're doing that they don't have to do. Isela, there's so much to go on. We have 2 great segments, so let's just jump right into it.
Let's go.
What's great about this is I had the opportunity to sit down with the president of ATRI when it comes to the American Transportation Research Institution, She's been with the organization 26 years, and she's going to dive into, with our conversation, how ATRI came together, what they're all about when it comes to the important research they do for the industry, which is associated with FMCSA, the state, agencies, carriers, and more, and most importantly, how you can get a part of those surveys so they can hear directly from you. Check this video out. How's it going, everybody? Landon with Truck Boss Show. Thank you so much for joining us on this special segment. I'm honored to be with Rebecca Brewster, who I'm getting to know, who is the president of American Transportation Research Institute, or better known as ATRI. Rebecca, thank you so much for being a part of this.
Hey, Landon. Thanks for having me on today.
So, if you don't mind, for those who are watching right now and don't know, who is ATRI and what's the purpose of your nonprofit?
So ATRI is the trucking industry's not-for-profit research organization, and our primary and only mission, really, Landon, is research to improve the trucking industry's safety and productivity. And so we have since I've been here, and I've now been here 26 years, we've done research on topics as varied as truck parking, hours of service rules, CSA, driver health and wellness, traffic incident management, ways to improve the environment. Essentially, if it has some nexus to trucking, there's a good bet we've done some research on that topic.
That's excellent. And so where online can anybody that's wanting to learn more about ATRI, where can they find you?
That's one of the things I'm most proud of, is that really one of our hallmarks at ATRI is we provide all of our research free of charge. And we've made it really easy to find us online. Our website address is truckingresearch.org. So what we do is trucking research, and that's where you can find us online.
If you don't mind, we kind of shifting gears a little bit. Back in March, you released a case study on impacts of congestion on fuel consumption and emissions. I'll just read 2 points here, and I know there's a lot of great information here, but nationally, congestion is estimated to have increased the trucking industry's fuel consumption by 6.87 billion gallons in 2016 alone, adding an additional 15.74 billion to its fuel bill. That's a tremendous number.
Those are big numbers, without question. And I really think this particular case study really underscores a lot of the work that ATRI's done in the area of traffic congestion, but it really brings sort of a monetization to it in terms of how much we've wasted in fuel and what that means to the added cost of transportation. And those are big dollars. And when I'm talking to sort of non-trucking audiences, a lot of times I remind them that, think about it, everything you have comes on a truck. And so when the cost of truck transportation goes up, that's going to play out throughout the supply chain. And as consumers, we're all going to feel that pain.
One of the numbers that you put in here in your case study is that the study found that increasing average vehicle speed to 55 versus 14 miles per hour during the weekday evening commute is projected to save 4.5 million in revenue, or million gallons of fuel annually, savings which benefit both local commuters and the trucking industry.
And that's just at one location. So we did this was a case study because we looked specifically right here in Atlanta at what is now the #2 truck bottleneck in the country, Spaghetti Junction. And Using some modeling software and some of ATRI's data, we have both a truck GPS data set that has nearly 1 million trucks worth of GPS data in it. So that's where we get the average speeds at certain locations. So at Spaghetti Junction, during the worst times of day, trucks are averaging 14 miles per hour at that location. Using that with some other data we have on the cost of fuel and all, we could figure out just if we could get that one location up where all vehicles, cars and trucks, could go 55 miles per hour instead of at that place 14 during rush hour, what we would save in fuel and resulting emissions. Incredible savings.
It's a big honor to have you a part of our show, giving some insight to American Transportation Research Institute, all that's going on, how drivers, all those in trucking can participate. And again, here at the Truck Boss Show, we thank you, and we're going to do everything we can to be able to assist in your efforts.
That's great. Thank you so much for having me on today, and please invite us back. We'd love to talk about some of our other studies as well.
I want to say thank you so much to Rebecca. She was an awesome person to speak with. We're excited here at the Truck Boss Show to be able to stay connected with them, to get the latest insight, the data that's important, that's adjusting and shifting the trucking industry today when it comes to decisions being made on regulations and more. Isela, I got to tell you, that was one of the best connections we made at MATS. I was honored to meet her. She has an incredible team, great organization. They've been doing this for almost 3 decades, if not longer, and they make a big difference on how regulations are passed and how states can make right decisions with a lot of money.
Always a lot of good stuff.
It is. I'm sorry, I just get excited about it.
I see that.
So, she's going to be a great partner moving forward, and it was just awesome to have her on the show.
No, she was an amazing, a lot of good stuff. So
yes.
we that's also when we can meet and learn from a different people that we get to come across on a daily.
Absolutely.
So, and now we move on to our friend Rebecca. She's our nutrition specialist. Rebecca's going to talk to us about the snacks that you might think that are healthy but are not. So let's check out Rebecca with the lowdown.
Hey everyone, Niki here at the Truck Boss Show. Today we are joined by our good friend Rebecca, a registered dietitian based out of right here in Oklahoma City. Hey Rebecca.
Hi everyone.
Thanks for joining us on the show. We always love having you.
It's always really fun coming to see you, Niki.
Good to know. Last time when Rebecca was here, we talked about drink stimulants, what's inside of them, what's artificial, what's not, and what they cause to your body. Today we're going to talk about snack choices, and we had a little bit of fun. We went to a local truck stop that is nationwide, so all of these products that we have in front of us are in any local truck stop on the road. But they might not be as healthy as we think they are, so I'm going to jump into mine and have Rebecca discuss them and let you know what's in them and maybe what's healthy versus the not so healthy. So I have my first item is a Star-Kissed Lunch to Go pack. It's got the tuna packet, some relish, some mayonnaise, and some crackers.
So the tuna is healthy, good protein. That part is great. If you go to the relish, it has high fructose corn syrup in it, so maybe skip the relish. Or just get some pickles and put some real pickles in there. The mayonnaise is a reduced calorie mayonnaise. Anytime you have something reduced calorie or light, they're taking something out and they're putting artificial things back in. So get the real mayonnaise.
Second item is the Kind fruit and nut bar, almond and coconut.
This Kind bar is excellent. Only a handful of ingredients and nothing modified or altered. Right, I picked a couple of different bars, a Nature Valley, everybody knows Nature Valley. The crunchy peanut butter granola bar has a lot of sugar as well, like several different types of sugar, and that just kind of pulls it down. And then this high protein bar, 21 grams of protein, has 2 types of artificial sweeteners in it, so not great.
I have a Butterball honey cured turkey stick.
The turkey stick, since it's turkey, you would think that it's good for you. However, it has sugar, dextrose, and high fructose corn syrup added to it.
Oh no.
So that definitely brings down the nutritional value.
Well, shucks. Well, Rebecca, thank you so much for joining us today. I had a blast. You definitely blew my mind when it came to things that I thought were healthy versus what actually is healthy. So we hope that you will know what to choose next time you're at your local pit stop, and we'll see you on the next Truck Boss Show.
See ya.
A big thanks to Rebecca. Well, guess what, Landon? We found out today what snacks we should be eating and which ones we shouldn't.
I know, it's amazing how they break down the ingredients. Rebecca just knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot watching. I know you probably have. What are those snacks that you actually eat that you think are healthy but you come to find out that aren't? Pass along that info because we need to know.
Yes, I learned that today. And let me tell you, that's why she's a nutritionist and I'm learning.
Exactly. I mean, I'm a big ketchup fan, but have you seen those pictures where it's like this much sugar in the bottle?
Yes.
I would have never known that.
But okay,
anyway,
probably
we'll move on.
my ketchup. Anyways, let's talk about some stuff. Well, I'm going to get to be next week live at the Big Bandit series that's going to be taking place in Oregon, Wisconsin. I'm super stoked.
We are too. We were talking about this on last week's show, Niki and I, and we're just pumped to see you and Kenny and one of our other great street team members that are going to be out there covering the event live, bringing some behind the scenes. If you haven't seen Big Rig Bandit series, you need to go on their website. They've got a great content on Facebook and more YouTube videos that are just awesome to watch. Very entertaining, very dangerous, but great drivers and more. So go online to social media sites, check those out. Big Rig Bandit series. You're going to be there because
yes, I'm actually excited because we're going to be going behind the scenes and we're going to do a little bit of some teasers.
Yeah, but why are we doing the teasers real quick before we close down?
Because we're actually going to be out there, the whole team, in June to one of the other races that's going to be taking place in Lebanon, Missouri.
Lebanon, Missouri, going to be incredible Truck Boss show. The entire team's going to be out there.
Yes, and if you can go, we hope we can see you there.
Exactly.
A lot of good stuff, a lot of fun.
So before we shut down, Isela, remember, if you're not a part of the Boss Nation, go to our fan page, request to be part of the group. We'll approve you quickly so you can be behind the scenes with us, getting to see a lot more and we get to learn more about you as well. So let's do life together moving forward. So Isela, if you don't know why we do this.
Because you're the boss.